Cliff here. You don't know me yet. In time, you'll get to know me. I have found over my life that people that know me seriously either love me or they don't like me at all. I really hope that that's because the ones that don't like me anyway feel something coming against them from my heart. Nothing that I'm portraying, nothing that I'm saying, I don't like you, I despise you because you believe this or you believe that. I've lived long enough now that those petty differences, some maybe not so petty, don't even matter to me anymore. The bottom line for me is, if you don't like me, then something rubbed you the wrong way. My dad used to say as he was preaching, usually right before we got kicked out of a certain denominational church, he said, I hear some of you feel like your toes are being stepped on. Well, if your toes are being stepped on, just remember where you've placed me in the front of the pulpit. You won't allow me to move around. They didn't do that in this denomination. And if you've placed me in behind this pulpit, I'm not running up and down the aisles or going in and out of the pews or your seating section. So maybe you should rethink why you feel like your toes are being stepped on. Just wondering what my first video is actually going to be like, what it's going to say. I mean, the Lord has taught me so much over the last 2 decades, the last 20 years, on the end times, the book of Revelation, Jesus' return, rapture, then not only did I write a book, mostly geared toward teenagers and preteens, because at the time I was on youth staff at our church. Great friend, great brother in Christ that I served with. I knew that I was there to help him be everything that he could possibly be. I may have been running a little bit too, I suppose, because at the age of 17, in a little town, a little village actually in Ohio, my dad had taken a church, and I remember where I was. I could take you to the spot, most likely 40 years ago, when I heard God say, I've called you to preach. I remember looking up, you know how you do. God, we got something going on here. Excuse me. Because I think you got the wrong Roberts. I think you want Richard, son of Oral. That's who you're trying to talk to. You got the wrong one. I'm Cliff, son of Cliff. Okay? So maybe I did hide out a little bit while helping others. I suppose that's not a bad thing, is it? Altogether. But now it's been 40 years. And I knew I'd be doing something. I always said, I'm not pastor material. I mean, even at my 98-and-a-half-year-old grandmother's funeral that I spoke at, and I performed the funeral basically. I mean, who else knew her other than me? Only God. Out of 7 billion people in this world. Only God knew her still. There was no one alive older than her that knew her. At least none I could find. And now I find myself in that place that with my mother and father gone, and my grandmother, grandfather, everybody, I'm the eldest now. Yeah, I know, I don't look that old. I'm probably not. But however, I feel like it at times, and I especially feel like it now because no one else on this planet has known me for all 57 and a half of my years. No one. It's all good. It really is. Like I said, I didn't even know what I was going to talk about. I've had so many subjects that the Lord has taught me on. I mean, it went from the book of Revelation, the book of Daniel, to seeing things that other people didn't see. And thinking, I'm the weirdo. I know I am. It's fine. Am I one of those crazy conspiracy theorists? I think I'm a conspiracy prover. A lot of conspiracies that we've heard about that were denied for multiple decades, in some cases, have been proven out. I'm not going to mention those here. I'm going to go as covert as I can to stay on as long as I can. I mean, I'm just getting on, so to get kicked off right away probably wouldn't be a good thing. Okay. But it came down to 5 years ago, actually. Whatever was going on in this world, I said in prayer one night, I said, God, there's a lot going on. And actually it was right after my mom's going home to be with the Lord. Okay? I was praying, and my dad, who had preached for over 50 years, at 90 years old, 91, had lost his wife, had dementia. I prayed. Sure, I prayed. Sure, I believed. I mean, I'm the guy to believe because I didn't even really know what dementia was, okay? So it wasn't in my brain that this has stolen his memory, stolen his mind. We don't know what's going on the inside of the whole person. My dad was still there. And although there were times that I know he couldn't even say my name, I think he still knew me, okay? You guys get a lot of background here in just about 10 minutes. But I said, God, along with all this that's going on, there's a lot of stuff going on this planet. Well, forget planet. Forget I said that. Scratch that out. In this world. Some of you know what I'm talking about. That I just don't understand, Lord. What's going on? I said, you know what? Concerning the book of Enoch, and now as I'm getting into the book of Jasher and Jubilees and the Bible as a whole, I'm like, God, whatever. This wristband that I wear, 2 of them here, one says all in. It's upside down, I know, but it says all in. I looked down at that as I was praying, and I said, you know what? I'm all in for my health. That's what that wristband means. I'm all in for my health, so I think I can be all in for you. If you'll show me, I don't care how crazy it sounds, you're a big God, and I think you can do whatever you want to do. So that's the beginning. Starts right here. All in. And then, of course, Toby Mac till the day I die. I'm all in till the day I die. I don't care how crazy it sounds anymore. Well, that's the beginning. We'll see if this video makes it. See if I put it up. See if I post it. This is Cliff. Look up, for your redemption draws nigh.